Hello everyone, I'm Greg, and welcome back to another playthrough of Thunderstone Quest campaign. We are in quest number 3. It's our second quest. I don't have the official second quest, but it's the second quest of our campaign, and it's going to be our second scenario, which will be the last scenario from this quest. We're doing 2 from each, and then we do have maybe a special surprise when we're done with with this campaign, of going back through the one scenarios of each quest that we missed. But we'll get into this one real quick. Some things have changed, other things have not changed. So in the hero department, we kept Lyncha, Nimblefingers, and Regulin from last game. However, we are taking out Baron and putting in Daramaric. Daramaric is a elf, cleric, wizard. Dungeon ability, heal 1 wound. 2 attack, 2 skill, worth 9. Now it doesn't sound like a lot. However, his level 2 ability allows him to level up a hero for spoils plus 1 experience. So he is very good. I looked for Michaela and I to both be using him quite a bit actually. I may stick with Lyncha and Nimblefingers again and then branch out with Daramaric. For our marketplace, some things have changed, some things have gone. We have the Holy Mace, which is a +2 attack, but it can go a +1 again against demon and undead monsters. 4 skill to wield, 1 gold, 1 experience point, and cost 5 to purchase. We have the Battle Axe, so that's from last time. Crystal Dagger from last time. We have Enchant Weapons from last game. Arcane Aura from last game. Vampiric Touch is a new one. 2 attack. It's a chaos spell, and dungeon ability gets you to heal 1 wound. It's worth 6 and 1 victory point at the end. For items, they're a little different here. Crystal of Scrying gets you 3 gold. It's a magic item. Village Phase. Destroy this card to draw 2 cards or gain 2 lantern tokens. So, in my history of playing this game, I've never really found this to be a great card to purchase. But maybe it's good, and I just haven't figured out the best purpose of it. And then we also have Holy Symbol. It's a divine item. Clerics have a +1 physical attack, and it's 1 light if a demon or undead monster is in the dungeon. So it doesn't matter where, as long as they're in there, it gets 1 light. And it's 2 gold, 1 victory point at the end, and its cost is 6. So I will put these here where they belong. And as you might have been able to tell, I changed up the look a little bit. If you want to put in the comments below what you think of this setup, please let me know. The reason why I changed it up a little bit is because I realized with the angle view, you don't get to see our player boards very much. And for the most of the time when we're battling it out with a monster, it's pretty much an overhead view of it all. You only get to see the monster up close and then the cards far away. So what I can do here is, let's say we have our hand out here and we put the monster with it, like so. I will be able to zoom up without moving anything, and you can get a better idea of what everything looks like, to get you a little bit more into these playthroughs that we're playing. So that's why going with that. The only thing that we will have to remember though is not to put the cards here. As you can see, it gets into a pretty bad glare. So we will have to make sure to throw them up here. So that's why I did that. So you can see more of our tokens, our experience points, our wounds, how we're doing on the ranking track, what have you. So I hope this is a better enjoyment for you and you can see more of the game. For our dungeon, the dungeon rooms are the same. It's the Alchemy Chamber and the Servant's Tomb, the Bog and the Sunken Graveyard, the Licks Tomb, and Blood Altar Room. These two at the end will give plus experience points. Second Graveyard will give you an Iron Ration, and the light wise, it's not too difficult. 0 light, 0 light, 0 light, 1 light, 1 light, and 2 light. But you can bring this down by taking more wounds. So it's not difficult to traverse through the dungeon very much. The monsters that we're going to be going through for level 1, I'll be going against these bog zombies. So blights, ferals, gnomish, swamp, and stalkers. For level 2, we're going against the more skeletons. So a little bit of undead here. Archers, dyers, fossil fiends. Those guys are nasty for me. Skeletal sentries and wights. And then for level 3 monsters, we have swamp spirits. And we have bog hags, sloths, spectres, will-o'-the-wisp, and wraiths. As you can tell, there's art detail on one, and it tells you how much you need on the other side. So I really like that a lot. And we will put these into there. I was just checking it out, see what it looked like. I like it so far, but let me know what you think below. Keys. We have 1 green key in the level 1 room. We have a blue and the yellow in the level 2 room. And then we have 3 keys, the red, purple, and orange, in the level 3 rooms. So we'll be shuffling those up. For the Guardian, we're going to go with the level 6 Guardian this time. So Baylock the Fleshweaver. And before battle, roll 5 d6s. For each 6, destroy 1 hero. For each 1, destroy 1 item, spell, or weapon. And it'll give 4 wounds at the end. And he has 10 health. So we'll flip him over here to get the giant rat, as we all know and love. And he'll go in the wilderness. I'm going to be shuffling these as I talk further here. For prestige classes, Michaela has Arcane Order, which she has used so far in this entire campaign. Based on our deck building, it's going to be harder and harder to get away from these prestige classes because we are literally building our decks through through these games. So that is why it's going to be difficult to change out of those. Last game, I was able to win by 2 points. It was a pretty close one. So I was able to win, but at the same time, she did not play a very great game either. She missed out on some points. As you can probably tell, Meteor Shower is her way to really get a lot of experience points at the end very quickly, along with Stormland Mirror, which allows her to go again. So that's how she's able to rack up so many points at the end. And so it forces me to really make sure I am hitting it hard in the dungeon. Otherwise, I'm in a world of trouble. For prestige class for me on the do list, so I'm going to be maintaining my fighters and my rogues. But I may go with at least 1 Darameric to get to level 2 in order to rank up heroes for spoils. And I'll need to make sure I use this ability here for spoils to buy 1 spell or a weapon. The Holy Mace, and Holy Mace will probably be my main weapon in this one because it gives me that experience, gives me that gold. It's a little easier to wield, and it's good against undead, which is what we have here, is pretty much all undead. So that's why I'm going to go with the Holy Mace for that. I don't see myself getting any Raglins at all. Holy Symbols, probably not. Crystal Scrines, most likely not as well. But who knows? If I need extra light or more cards or more gold, I'll go that route. So we will fill these rooms while we're here. So in the Alchemy Chamber, we're going to go with a Stalker Zombie. I want to see if I can zoom this up here a little bit. And then put that there. So it's a 4 health, and Stalker Zombie, when you move out of this room, you gain 1 festering, and so that's a caution sign, so you have to make sure you do that before you can move any further. 2 experience and a lantern token. And then we also have the Feral Zombie, so that's 6 health, and he'll give you 2 festerings but -1 if you have a cleric, a potion, and 3 experience points. For level 2 rooms, found a yellow key, so I'll have to reshuffle, but here is a Fossil Fiend that I'm going to possibly struggle with for a little while. So 8 health, 2 armor, and after battle, gain 1 festering wound if you are wielding an edged weapon. Thankfully, the Holy Mace is a blunt weapon, so I shouldn't have an issue with that. It gives you a wound, 4 experience, and a treasure. And the other one, into the Sunken Graveyard, will be the Dire Skeleton. 6 health, 3 armor, 1 wound, 5 experience. After battle, gain 1 festering. And then that Sunken Graveyard also gives a 2 health and a 3 armor. So he could, if I don't have the right amount of light, he could have 6 armor on me plus 8 health. So that is very, very bad for me. So for the Lich Tomb, for level 3, we have the Will-O-Wisp. 4 health, but +2 for each of your heroes. So keep mind of that. 2 wounds, 6 experience, and a treasure. And then for the Blood Altar room, we have the Spectre, which is 8 health. You roll 1, I'm sorry. Make sure I read that right. It's 1 armor for each fighter that you have, and then 1 magic resistance for each wizard you have. So if I have 3 fighters, the armor is going to go up by 3. And if I have 0 wizards, I'm not going to worry about magic resistance. And then it gives you 2 wounds, 5 experience, and a treasure. And then, as per usual, our treasure caches is going to be the only thing in the treasure deck, as we are battling it out for beating the Guardian to drop a significant treasure. And this time, they're going to be weapons, but I'm going to leave up to what weapons they are until we actually get down to it, and you have to wait till the very end to find out what weapons are dropped by Baylock level 6. So I've shuffled the treasure deck, and the only thing we have left to do is the side quest of Michaela's not here right now, so I'm not going to do that until the start of our next video of the first rounds of playing this scenario. I think that is it. We've set everything up. I'm sorry if I wasn't as detailed as before with showing each tile, but surely by now, if you haven't already, watch the previous video and I go more in depth about them and Linshas and whatnot. That way I don't have to repeat myself too many times over for you, as you probably understand what they are. So thank you so much, and look forward to future playthroughs. Thank you.